And in depth this morning, unemployment. The latest jobs report came out just minutes ago. U.S. employers added 163,000 jobs in July. However, the unemployment rate rose to 8.3%, and that's up 0.1% because it was 8.2% previous to that. Republican Congressman Kevin Brady is with us in the studio this morning to help break down the numbers. Good morning, and thanks for being here, first off.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Jose.
When we're talking about 8.3% versus 8.2% last month nationwide, what does that say?
You know, probably not a lot. In truth, it's not really statistically significant if you go one point or one direction or another. It may be a few more people coming back into the workforce. We've got a lowest number of people working. I mean, actually choosing to work than in 30 years. A number of them have given up. Several million have given up. It may be a sign a few more of them are trying to get back and find jobs, but it could be just, you know, just a month-to-month changes in the data.
The state of Texas apparently has been holding pretty steady. We had 7% unemployment in June. Some people say 6.9%. So we're well below the national average, but people here still say, hey, it could be better.
Yeah, you know, we are doing better than the national average. In fact, we're the only 3 states have made back all the jobs from the recession are actually on the positive side. Texas is one of them. North Dakota and Alaska, 2 other energy states like us, are the other portion of that. So the states that have actually developed energy, put their people back to work, are doing better.
I was doing some research, and I found that, because the only numbers out there are June numbers, 3.8% unemployment in Nebraska. When you go to California, it jumps to 10.7%. In North Carolina, on the East Coast, 9.4%. And if you deal with the territory of Puerto Rico, it's almost 14%.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of that, the ag states in the Midwest, you know, are doing better. Commodity prices have been high, you know, really for several years now, so they've enjoyed that area. And, you know, some of these states still have, still recovering. Their housing market's still pretty bad. Job growth just isn't coming back. Companies, as you know, are leaving California, coming to states like ours because of the low rates and more balanced environment. And so we're seeing that. I think the jobs numbers this month, we need about, Jose, about 140,000 a month is sort of break even, so we're a little above break even. This is still the worst economic recovery since World War II, and we've got a lot of people who've just given up. So we have to do better than what we're doing.
You know that we can't give up. What would be your solution?
You know, listening to our businesses here in the Houston region, Southeast Texas, what they tell us, the reason they're not hiring, you know, constant talk of higher taxes. They've got to deal with the president's new health care law, and they're scared about that. Lots of new red tape on every size of business. Half the small businesses say they're not hiring now because of all the red tape coming out of Washington. So the simple answer would be, let's find a way to get Washington out of the way of Main Street and the recovery, and I think we'll see better jobs.
And that's what everyone is hoping for.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Congressman Brady, thank you so very much for joining us here and weighing in on the numbers. And you'll be sticking around for our 8 o'clock hour as well as our 9 o'clock hour to help us kind of decipher these new numbers.
Great. Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Jose.
Americans are racking up the medals in London. We'll check in on the summer games.